Hey guys, welcome back. Lucid. So we're gonna hop back into Bumble Rumble. I've played part of this. It's turn 96, I think. And let me adjust my mic. Yeah, game is going deep into late game. This actually was the turn the patch rolled with this. By the time you watch this patch will have been like long in the past. But for me, it just happened last week, and it made Llama server go down for a while. But this was the patch that added a bunch of flavor to the Jomon nations. Probably made them a little bit stronger. So that's kind of cool for Shinuyama. He's got that going on now. Got some cool new summons he can do. Now let's check this turnout. So somebody claimed the Throne of the Water, and I believe this is Shinuyama claimed that. Oh no, this guy claimed it. Okay. So that's actually interesting. This guy getting Hydromancers, I mean, having a recruitable Water 3 is kind of a big deal for a lot of nations. So let's actually make sure we know who got that. For Fluffy 1.2. Let's make sure that's who this is. Yeah, okay, Vanaroos. Yeah, so Vanaroos got a throne. It's probably this one, the Throne of Water. That's what I'm imagining. Still leaves these two for us, but we gotta get on it. Had a few teleports go off. We have a report from Last Step Swamp. A spell went through. We got hit by a Seeking Arrow. We survived. Now this is probably somebody's probably using Bow of the Titans. And so here we got, we were mind hunted, and we got them. A hostile mage was discovered scrying upon my lands, and we severed his cord, so he's feeble-minded, and we wasted those gems of his. Here we were attacked again by mind hunt, but this time we got killed. And I don't think he had any gear on him. I think he was just pretty much gearless. Coming down here, we cast Revive King, Iron Walls, and Astral Window. Okay, so Iron Walls we cast on our throne. Curse of Blood. An Earth Elemental appeared and killed a Witness of the Deep. I think this was also... Okay, that was here. Like, what a waste of gems, man. Like, casting this, like, okay, you killed one of my guys. But casting it here, like, I've got so much chaff set up now to deal with assassination spam. Look at all this shit. This is what he's made me do. Like, developers, this is what we have to do to deal with stupid assassination spam. But I guess that is the game we're in. So we're going to try to win it. But he's also got to go through Celestial Rainbow. So, yeah. Not very good return on investment. This was... I mean, honestly, like, trading this guy for 5 gems, I don't really care. But he did get somebody with a fair amount of gear earlier. A report from Pangea. A hostile spell has been blocked. I don't know what they were casting there. A battle in Tinvir. So this is where we teleported 2 guys to. So he's got his little communion set up. He's got a fair amount of province defense. We're doing Living Water. And this is a fair amount of gems. This is like 12 gems, and then plus our teleport, you know, it's like another, what, 6 gems? So I don't know, this is probably like 20 gems of stuff I'm doing. So this is not free, even if I win. Okay, one of these guys I think gets hit at some point in the back. Causes him to return. But we got him. This Windmaster looks like he's gonna retreat though, which is kind of annoying. I really do want to kill those guys. So anyway, we won. I think one of these guys got teleported home. Let's take a look at the damage. We killed 7 of his Geomancers, the Inuk. And then this is a fair amount of PD. This is probably 20 PD. If I had to guess. So, not a bad deal. Now the Inuks, they can raise it up to, what, 19? So this, I don't, but it's too fast, I think, to be Inuk raised up. I think he bought a lot of it. Okay, we have a battle down here. I think he's teleporting in a Tartarian here, if memory serves. Got this turn due in 12 hours now, so it's got an Elfbane. He was coming after my golem, but my golem had Shade Mail Hallberg, so he just ran away. Okay. He has Phoenix Pyre, which would be a little interesting to try to kill. Probably actually go for... If I was gonna try to kill him, I'd probably try to enslave him. We'll actually see. Let's take a look if he's in an enslavable prop. Not really, because see, teleporting anything high commitment here is risky because he could potentially move an army in. And if he's... This is, I think, one of the hard things, is... Like, on one hand, when you want to be greedy, like, so I could teleport in enslavers, but he has a ton of Astral Mages. He could move in Magic Duel people. He could even teleport in Magic Duel people. And if he killed fully geared enslavers, that would be a big deal. So while I could do that, and it may get me this Tartarian, I think betting on engaging in strategies where the stupidity of your opponent is an important component is probably... I mean, it's not a good strategy. Thing is, he hasn't done it yet. And Dominions is such a big, complicated game that sometimes you know, it's like shadow boxing, right? Because you can assume your opponent's playing like 6-dimensional chess, right? But they may not even have thought of that. So, and then if you're assuming they're playing, this is the kind of the paralyzing part of late game. Like, there's so many different counters, it's so difficult to move anything out that you get like frozen. Like analysis paralysis, like what do I do? If I do anything, I'm gonna get screwed or countered. And yeah, it's kind of how late game is. So on one hand, if you're shadowboxing with your opponent too much, that's kind of what it feels like. Like you're assuming they're gonna do everything. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're just like ripe for being conquered, right? But you're assuming there's all this stuff they can do to counter you. Anyway. But that's something we could do, but I don't think we're going to. We search for sites, we don't find anything. We got attacked by some Belly Maul horrors, and we will always watch Mr. Hand's battles just because they're fun. Okay, he's wearing a ring of wizardry, so if they killed him somehow, that would be just horrendous. They come in, waiting. Body Ethereal, not gonna help you. They did hit him. I don't think he got any weakness, though. Because these guys, I think, can permanently weaken you. Additional weakness, I think, is permanent. Like, permanent, not even a wound. Anyway. He murders the shit out of them. I'm kind of surprised they actually hit him. I think they didn't hit him in the original, but I think this actually was a different RNG after the patch, so some of these battles might not be perfect. Wait, did we kill these guys? No, we didn't get the Windmaster, okay. Here we go, next. Battle in the Green... Wait, did we watch that? No, this one's next. Pythium attacking me here with the Worm Mage. Now, I thought he might. And I wanted to set up something... that would kill him if he came here, but really I wanted to enslave him. Unfortunately, this was not the tile I had my enslaved guys in. So anyway, we kill him. Used some gems though, so it wasn't free, and this was kind of free for him. This guy's just gonna respawn. So not exactly a win for me, but not a loss. And I get the province income. And this guy's gonna be dead for 3 turns or something. Okay, we attack Relay here. Now, this party actually is vulnerable to Mind Hunt. And I have a Lich in there, so I'll be sad if the Lich dies to Mind Hunt. Okay, we are attacking Shiniyama here. And they're just running. I think this guy had gems. Yeah, but he didn't need to use them because they ran. There's a battle here. We sent the scout in to probe around, but he got murdered. That was this one. Down here, TNG moved in one guy here, so he's just gonna get murdered. It's not gonna trigger gym use, though, I don't think. It's just like a magic showdown. How is this guy not dying? Oh, I guess he has luck. It's probably saving him from a lot of the frozen hearts and stuff. I don't know if I watched this the first time. There we go, finally got him. He should have died a lot better than that. That was this one. Killed him. Then down here, Pythium's attacking. I think this is with the Wraith Lord. No gear. TP Enslaver Mind Hunt. Moves back in. Not sure which one we're gonna do. I do want to be careful about getting baited, but I also don't want this guy to gym bait me, so we might actually magic phase him. Okay, Atlantis attacking us here. Or no, we're attacking, I'm sorry. Okay, we were trying to raid with this guy, and we were attacking Relay. We got murdered. So this is the problem. It's actually really hard to thug raid, and this was like a water elemental summoner thug, but it's just so hard to do that into Relay, because they have the Mind Blaster PD. Middle-aged Relay is such a good nation. And then we have a Tartarian attacking us here, from Pythium. So this one we prepared for with a Enslave spammer. I think it's you? Maybe you. Yeah, this guy. Turn team colored squares on, see if we get him. He seems to mostly be doing paralyze at the moment. Rather than being a man and doing enslave. He really could use Boots of the Messenger too. Yeah, this is different RNG. Oh no, we got him. Enslaved Mind, okay. Yeah, so we enslaved him. Now there's a problem with this though. And you might say, how is there a problem with that? Like, it seems like a really good outcome. The problem is this particular chassis can't swim. And I have no undead leadership here. So I was really trying to enslave the whatchamacallit. Let's check the battle line and see his paths again. I kind of forgot what they were. I think they're Astral something. Astral 2, Nature 1. Pretty useful to have. I would like him. But yeah, the problem is he can't move on his own. Because when you enslave them, they come as a creep. Or a unit. And I have nothing here that can lead him underwater. This guy's 0 undead leadership. This guy's 0. Now these guys have water breathing, but they would need... yeah, they would need undead leadership. We can test. We're going to test it real quick. I don't think this works. But we'll see. Let's do it here. Trying to figure out a test game. Atlantis. Okay, let's make a lab here. Oh wait, no, we can't do it there. We need to do it somewhere on land. Okay, 1 second. Let's just take a hot minute. That doesn't even matter. Okay, teleport. You guys come over here. kind of one of the easier ways to jump around in the mod inspector. Just have him cast spells. We'll have him do Living Fire, though. Typically works. Are you serious? Did you guys die? They both died. How the fuck did that happen? Okay, let's teleport you over here. So we need to summon a Tartarian. And then... You guys can't fly, can you? Okay, you're going there too. I didn't actually need to teleport. Save me a couple seconds, and then let's have you make Tartarians. And what I want to see is if there's any way we can rescue these guys. I don't think there is. Can we get anybody with a good chassis? Okay, neither of these guys... Okay, this guy's a poor amphibian, but this guy's not. So let's see what happens now. It's actually fine. You guys can just wait. You'll come over here. Oh. We'll just do the exact same thing that I'm gonna do. So let's make... This is how you can potentially rescue people who are stranded. I don't think I've ever done it in a game I've put up on YouTube. I don't know if I've done it really at all. Maybe I've done it once. But here's the idea. This guy's got... we need to give him... Rod of the Leper King or something. Where did I put that? Rod of the Leper King, okay. So let's have you. You're now diseased. Welcome to the club. You teleport over here. Okay, and he's got water breathing. Like, if these guys come under his command, there is a small chance, if the game mechanics work that way, that they put him in the army, which I don't think they will. We'll just see what happens. I imagine they're gonna drown. Or one of them will, one of them won't. The Vortex of Returning. And then yes. Let's have you teleport over here. Make undead or something. Okay. So here we go. Okay, so there they go. Here he is, he made it. But I think the other one drowned. Yeah, it doesn't give you any messages, apparently. But yeah, that is a very dead. Unless he made it back in that. Where's the guy who actually teleported? This guy. Unless somehow, yeah, he's not here. Okay, so that's not gonna work. So that was my only, like, thought of how we might be able to get that guy out of there. Because as it stands, it's gonna be hard. I mean, I would like to get him out. I could, like, commit a big army and then pull the whole army back, but there's risk with that too. Like, he could move in here. I don't really want to do that. And then whoever I move out has to be able to handle assassinations. It's like a... Moving out is its whole big thing. And he's got tons of guys who can come underwater. So, let's finish the events, though. That was this one. Then down here, I think we were just sticking our head out of this fort, trying to burn gems. Did not go well. I don't know why the Shambler Chiefs came out. I didn't mean to. But they got murdered. Let's actually check that out. I forgot who this tart is. Research gear. How odd. He's got a fair amount of gear on these guys. But we put iron walls up. We also patrolled Relay, and I think Relay staled this turn. I think he like meant to send his turn in, but somehow staled, which is fine. I've staled, I think, this game already too. But anyway, he had a bunch of Star Children who were in his capital. None of them had any gear. They were all naked. But he had a bunch of them here, and I guess they had just moved in. Maybe we're going to help with the defense as convenience slaves, but then he probably was going to move them out after I took his capital. But didn't get around to it. So I'm glad we actually spent a turn patrolling with a huge amount of guys. Unfortunately, we haven't gotten rid of all the unrest, so our income's still pretty crippled here. It should be like 400 or 500. Very high population province. We have to decide, so what do we now need to do with our turn? We gotta finish it. So we got a big army here. I want to run up and take a bunch of the underwater stuff pretty quickly. I'm gonna ignore Shiniyama for the moment. If he takes this, I'm gonna assassinate whoever takes it, though. I'm trying to think what else. We've got this army, which is definitely gonna move here. Now, I think what I need to do is I need to keep enough people here to patrol that is basic. I want to one-turn pop this, right? So it's got, let's say it's got 10 siege strength, so we want at least 10 buffer. We got 500 wall integrity. This group does 350, so we need to move at least 150. We have 350. So in theory, I just move half of my stuff down here. Now these guys are each one apiece, and there's 90 of them. So this is like part of it. I think if I move these guys plus like a bigger army, we'll be fine. I also don't want this guy to die of a disease. All my guys are super diseased thanks to ill winter scripting, where this guy did not cast Serpent's Blessing, which at this point I still have no idea why. And I think I asked in Discord and people were like, oh, because you already had poison resistance? But no. Okay. So anyway, we need to figure out what we're doing with Mr. Hands, too. I think I want to use Mr. Hands against Pythium. I thought about bringing Mr. Hands all the way down here, but he can't make it. It's a little too far for him. And we're not going to sit on our laurels here on Relay's cap. We're going to keep on rolling. Sorry, adjusting the microphone. Well, let me adjust it a little bit more. Okay. But we're going to spend one more turn patrolling. It is worth it to get another couple 150 gold and get the unrest down here. And I think the undead I want to have come over here. Think you, good sir. Think you're gonna patrol. You know what I could do? I could put the healing thing on him. Literally everybody's diseased. Literally 100%. Or not really, but almost everybody. Look at this. Look at all the disease. You hit tab to see this, by the way. Crazy. Never seen an army so afflicted. They're basically worthless. But they can siege. So really, I need him to spend a turn alone in the province without that. I think what we do, these guys are diseased too. I think this guy actually just ditches the group for a hot minute. Like sneaks back this way. And that is something we can arrange. Can these guys sit here and patrol? And then have you get this guy just... Oh, he probably can't make it because he's probably like limped or crippled or something. Yeah, map move minus 75%. Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna heal him. This is night vision 50. You wouldn't mind a fire hat. I don't have one. Okay, well, we could put a few more mages on top of this army too. The other thing I could do, this is a risky move, moving like not a full commitment here, because again, he probably won't, but he could move a big army over here. I could send Mr. Hands over there. I don't really want to do that. I'm kind of wondering where TC's Tart Goon Squad is. I don't know what the Dominion is here. It's probably not terribly strong. It's probably kind of contested between Relay and them. Could potentially send Mr. Hands there. It's not going to win me anything right now. It'll win me something, like, if I think he's patrolling because I've got a big army nearby. Everybody's just super militarizing my borders. It's actually, like, the game is hard right now. Where do I need Mr. Hands? Like, okay, I kind of need him on the relay in front. Taking this out would not be a horrible use of him. That's 2 turns. It's 1 turn to go here, 1 turn to come back. We'll come back to it. I'm kind of just brainstorming here. I've done some of my moves, you can see, but there's a lot of the turn I haven't really figured out. This fort here, we've got 800 health left on it, thanks to iron walls. I could move Mr. Hand. I think the move is, I think this war with Relay, I'm kind of gonna win. But I think the move is get Mr. Hands where he can be deployed in another theater. And I think that place is going to be probably this throne he can jump around from. Yeah, I think I can hit almost anything from this throne. Yeah. I think that's the play. Move the Fairy Queen here. I probably actually sneak her in. Not expecting there to be a big battle. But getting this fort and then rolling up here, I just gotta get the, like... Problem is, I don't have a... this is the other thing I have to think about. How do I efficiently raid and take this? Because, like, this didn't work. And if I start using troops, my troops are expensive. I don't really have cheap troops. So that I have to figure out. That I have to figure out. These guys are all dying from disease. On this front, these guys are kind of scoring off. I'm not too worried about getting attacked underwater, but you can see we've got our little squads ready. Preaching here. We do kind of need to site search underwater. Got a lab here. I wonder if he can make it. No, he can't make it. I think we're just gonna cast horror specs places. But our Dominion's starting to get pretty damn strong in this area. Like here, it's already up to 8. Here, it's up to 8. Here, it's up to 4. We're working on getting it up. Okay, this guy is one of the raiders that teleported in and did all that water elemental stuff. He could potentially go somewhere else this turn. Like, potentially even come in here. I kind of just want to get these guys out of here. I think this turret's kind of fucked. But I don't have any death mages terribly close by, so it's like, how am I going to get a death mage over here? And I don't have anything that gives maybe I have one thing that gives undead command. If I really look. Don't think so. Oh, maybe this does actually. It does. Okay, so we could put this thing on one of our guys. I mean, that is a play. Like, if I want to get this guy out, I could dump PD here a little more. I could move in a guy to fluff the PD. Yeah, or I just teleport on top of this guy. Try to enslave him. Kind of sounds better to me. Put rings of returning on these guys. Do I have any? Not that I see. Moving people here without rings of returning is dangerous. I don't think he's gonna... Because he didn't before, and we did it. I think we mind hunted. I can't remember which one we did, but... I thought I had rings of returning. Really like staring me in the face. Okay, we're gonna sneak this guy back. And we can't... This actually, being stealthy and astral is very safe. So we're very safe here. Actually, might as well do like 10 PD. See, this actually is the more valuable province, kind of. This one gives a fair amount of money. This one's way more valuable. Okay, and he's doing... God help me, he's doing Send Horror now, too. I mean, I think he's a proper blood power now. He had vampires running around. He's definitely way ahead in blood magic than I am. When Send Horror comes out in mass, and now he's probably not going to be doing it in mass, but I do need to think about fording up. But I think mostly underwater. I think fording up on land's a mistake, because I may end up fording up for somebody else. But I think we've started that. Haven't we? I know there were a few places I was doing it. Was I doing it here? He hasn't really been raiding here. This actually would be a kind of safe place to do it. Well, I think the play for this one is that I put the Ring of Returning on one of these guys. And I have him jump in. to try to get this this Wraith Lord. And then I take somebody else I don't really care that much about, and he jumps in too. But we don't do it with all the gear. And his job is just to make water elementals. Now, if I get him, he's going to be a creep, so I need to think about moving in a Death Mage. Or I think about... this guy, just putting one of these things on him. And teleporting him in. If we teleport these guys together, his script is the same. His script is going to be that. Now if he dies, I'm going to lose this, but this is a relatively small investment compared to, let's say, losing all of this, or losing all of this. I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, and that should kill him. I don't think there's a way he's going to survive water elementals. Let's double... I think I could actually move this guy forward a little bit. He's got enough gems. We'll give him one more. Blood magic. Okay, we got a vampire. This vampire is coming down here. We're going to have another blood hunting site. My golem here is going to... I've got a Ring of Returning on him. That's where one of my Ring of Returnings went. And he's going to basically Gem Burn on them. The script for him is basically just cast stuff at the back and then attack. He's got a Ring of Returning. Very, very hard to kill a guy with a golem with a Ring of Returning. Especially with all this shit on him. And he'll probably kill a few people before he goes. If we're very lucky... You know, this wouldn't be a bad use for like a Vine Shield or something. I think a shield's better than this. That'll kill more people. Yeah. So, anyway, that should work. Here, I think this tart we're gonna let go. I could Mind Hunt him. Actually, that's probably the call. Because he could have stealthy Astral Mages. He could also teleport in stealthy guys. I think we let this one go and just raid elsewhere. There's nothing... I mean, it would be nice to kill him. But if I'm too reliable, like if I get it every time, then I'm going to be kind of predictable and he can do things like teleport in Magic Duelers. This guy... Okay, we're actually okay there. Now, the other thing is, if he moves his whole army here, he's not going to... We also see he as a Seraph, so he's doing some of the late game stuff. He's not going to be able... Oh, where the hell am I? Here's where I want to be. If he moves his whole army here, 290 on top, there's already 350, he'll break through a bit faster. But then I'm gonna have a bigger Flames from the Sky target. So my goal is just to burn gems until he can't really easily fund this army. And then hit it either with my god or with this army here. Probably this army here. Okay. Oh, I kind of want to gym bait with this guy too. Like, give him a Shade Mail Hallberg. Because Pythium will Mind Hunt, but I'd kind of like to be a Mind Hunt target. Like, if I give him something like this, I don't need you patrolling anymore. Do I not have Boots of the Messenger? Did I seriously equip all those? Like, have him attack and sneak. No. This guy need Boots of the Messenger too? Give him a hat of some kind. Give him this one. He'll be like, oh, I can magic duel him, and meanwhile, he's getting zapped by this stealthy guy. Okay, I just need to liberate some boots real quick. Shouldn't be too hard to do. Don't want to take him from that guy. Somebody here must have boots I don't really care about. Okay, we do. And then, yeah, let's give them to you. Oh, hello. Give him one of these. Be like, oh, you can't mind hunt me. And then he'll be like, oh, but I'm gonna not mind hunt you with like 5 guys. Put all this gear that makes him look so juicy. Just run him in here. Sneak this guy with him. Very nice. Okay, so now we're gonna have a water elemental popping out. So I think the play is I think it's actually just tons of Horde of Skeletons. And at some point, like, enough is enough, and then we'll do, I think we'll do 3 and then Invulnerability Soul Vortex. And maybe we do 1 to go with the water elemental, then we do more Horde of Skeletons. That will back him up, hopefully before the water elemental dies. But we want invulnerability in case arrows hit us. But what's our protection? It's okay, but not great. Body protection's only 18. Pierce resistant, we're not going to really die to arrows, let's be real. We'll do 2 and then invulnerability. And then we'll do another one. And then we'll do a Soul Vortex, in case we get in melee. And then we'll advance and cast spells. Now this guy's gonna come here too, so it'll be like even more skeletons. Okay. Very good. If he attacks me with this guy, like if he doesn't, I kind of want to see what he'll do, but okay, we want to get rid of these rings too. They're still useful. If they come here, we're probably dead. Is there anything we can do that might kill him? Okay, if he comes here with raiders, I think what we're gonna do is Creeping Doom, Advanced and cast spells, but I don't want Conservative Gem use. I actually want... I want to spam Charm out is what I want to do. Oh, we can't do Advanced and cast spells, so I don't actually need... Okay, and now if this Tart comes in, we should enslave him. Now you, good sir. Search for fire. Over here... So this is where we're in this kerfuffle with this Tartarian. I don't really have a good move. Do I have... I don't think I have. Okay, I've got one more of these things. I've got a couple more, actually. Okay. A few more. Okay. So we need to make some more of those, which is one thing. Let's make another one. Now, is there any way to rescue? Is there any way to rescue these guys? First of all, this guy's coming out. He's too important. I think everybody's coming out. Okay, I'll have him retreat. Now the Tartarian... There's no undead leadership. Does that mean it's going to dissolve? If he magic phases in, this guy's just going to dissolve. Unless I also magic phase a guy in. So if I magic phase a guy in and I have some PD, and I have this little thing, and then I can sneak him out. Now I'm putting enough gear on him where I want him to live. You could also magic duel me. It's tricky, there's no like easy answer here. The only easy answer would be magic phasing in somebody with like if I had Boots of the Plane and magic phased her in, which I'm not gonna do. Like I do want this guy. Honestly, I think the only real move is not magic phasing. Like, if he magic phases in, I think he gets him. I think I just move my guy with stealth and this. And if they get me, they get me. But I move everybody else out. And it's just like a stealth rescuer. I think that's the only play. Do I have any stealth guys here? But yeah, I mean, they're probably going to attack me, but I don't know with what. And then this guy's probably going to die or get enslaved. So that's kind of what I think is going to happen. There's a chance he runs, but if he runs, he's not going to run in a good direction, I don't think. Where am I? Okay, we're going to preach here. Here, okay, good. We're getting mages. Preaching. This is going to be 8 in a hot minute. You, we can go ahead and make... Okay, this is probably going to be a blood hunting province. We're going to go ahead and move over here. Well, we'll patrol here for one turn. We actually have a fair amount of unrest that's built up here. Here, I think we have enough undead production. I think we're going to make another Shade Mail. I really am using these things like crack. The shade mail, actually, I'm gonna have to put on somebody who stays behind. Like a scout? No, I need to move somebody else in. Because I can't sneak out with the shade mail. That's the thing. I can sneak in. So I get in, I think I have to move out, which will be risky in its own right. And I give the shade mail to a scout or to this guy who I leave behind. I don't care if he dies. And then here, I can always use some more Boots of the Messenger. You're gonna run back out and ferry some blood slaves around. You, good sir, this is my TNG, don't care about. Don't care about manifestation gear. Oh, we got something else to talk about too. I think that we put on him, or one of these guys around the mountain. I need to get, I kind of end up building up like other people who teleport back. I need to have a strategy to get them back out over here. So I'll move him out. It would be fun to enslave some of the Relayan dudes too. Though I'm very vulnerable to magic duel. So I don't want to have that guy with gear. All the nations I'm fighting are astral nations, which sucks. It really limits me. Because I'm not really, like, they are astral powers. Like, Pythium is an astral power. Like, TNG is an astral power. Relay is an astral power. I have astral access. Like, deep astral access, but astral access. Okay, wait. Let's get through all these orders. Now this is a scary army. We could potentially take this. But I don't really want that. I kind of would rather, like, carve off part of this peninsula. But I don't really want to fight Shiniyama on land. But I do want to one-turn pop it. I don't know if I'm bringing quite enough troops. Alright, who's patrolling? You're patrolling? Almost everybody's patrolling. What are you? You need to haul ass over here. I feel like we need maybe a few more guys here. Okay, this guy... Don't know what we're gonna do with him. But I guess we'll keep this on him. You come over here. We'll just keep him with the army. I mean, I don't know how we're gonna heal him. And honestly, I really only need him for relay, where I'm more worried about big astral stuff. And now that I have relay's cap, I don't care that much. It's kind of nice to have, is what I'm trying to say. We've got a gnome in here. I think I want to keep a gnome here. Site search. Lich, we're saving death gems. Death gems, as much as I would like to use them, we're probably going to be alchemizing them. And trust me, I would love to spend them. But we're going to be doing a 1,000 pearl or something casting coming up. Death, let's site search. These guys... We'll sneak y'all over here. Well, actually, let's bring a few more gems for these guys in case things go badly. Okay, then we storm this next turn. We're not really patrolling here with as much as we should, which has bit us in the ass before. Though I want to be careful about it. I don't want to patrol it too much either. Should we do this with 4 gems? We have a kind of big army here. What's our siege shrink? 191? I would 1-turn pop this if we get the armies out. All these palisades I can 1-turn pop if I get the army out. Here we've got... Okay, we're getting more troops. I kind of need more army. This guy's coming up. I think that's it. Honestly, the fact that he did not cast Serpent's Blessing when I clearly had it scripted and he had all the prerequisites for it, it really affected this progress into Relay. I mean, I'm kind of complaining after I'm getting his capital, so I can't, I shouldn't really complain, but it's really a zinger. What did he forge? Okay, he forged the Tempest earlier. So when we go attack, which we'll probably do next turn if I burn a ton of his gems, because he won't really expect it necessarily, we're going to attack. We're going to have Storm up, so none of this flying and attacking us in the back business. We're going to have a shit ton of water elementals. We'll have a line of troops that come in behind them. I think it'll be good shit. We'll also see his script, so if he just replenishes, like, which he may not be able to do, then we're gonna know what to do. Like, we could potentially do Wrathful Skies if we want to, with mass protection and ground army. Like, we have a bunch of flexibility in terms of what we can do. And then we can also screw up his Communion, especially if he moves in more troops. But I think that's it for this turn. Let's double check what we've got going on. We've got a big group coming in here. Who are these guys? I got people just laying all over the place here. Okay, so we come in, we hopefully 1-turn pop this, we take this, we pop a temple down. Meanwhile, we roll out. Do we have people coming in that can do temples? We have 1. Ideally we'd have more. Do we have people here? Okay, these guys are moving out. They're moving here, and then they're going to move probably here, or one will preach here, one will come here. We really got to push our Dominion as we go. You are moving out too. We can also get our Dominion up there, which would be kind of nice. Got another preacher coming out here. So I think that's it. Mostly we're going to be taking over Relay, saving up gems to do either Vengeful Waters, Strands of Arcane Power, or Arcane Nexus, or stealing Gifts of Health. Those are the 4 things that are all open for me. And I mean, there's no gem slots open, but those are the things I'm thinking about. And I think that's it, guys. Thanks.